Did you know that the profession of a shepherd, though it may seem simple at first glance, has such deep cultural roots and amazing differences between countries that it can tell us about the world's most unique traditions? Today, we'll dive into the fascinating world of Tajik shepherds and European farmers. You'll learn how the Pamir Mountains inspire legends and how the Alpine pastures turn work into a true art. Stay with us until the end, because in this episode, we won't just compare, but also uncover the mysteries of an ancient craft that has survived to this day. This episode is our attempt to preserve the connection of times and show how unique people are who have dedicated their lives to caring for nature. Subscribe, grab a cup of tea or coffee, and immerse yourself in the atmosphere of amazing discoveries with us. Tajik shepherds and Europeans, a comparison of traditions, culture, and lifestyle. The profession of a shepherd, being one of the oldest in the world, has existed since people began domesticating animals for food, clothing, and other necessities. Despite the similarity of basic functions related to grazing and caring for livestock, the lifestyle, working methods, and cultural features of Tajik shepherds significantly differ from their European counterparts. These differences are due to natural conditions, historical context, economic realities, and cultural traditions. Tajik shepherds, operating in the harsh mountainous landscapes of the Pamir and Fan Mountains, preserve unique customs that are not found in Europe. On the other hand, European shepherds, working in places like the Alps or Scandinavian pastures, have adopted modern technologies and often work in conditions that are very different from their Central Asian colleagues. The aim of this article is a deep comparative analysis of the differences and similarities between shepherds in Tajikistan and Europe. Chapter 1: Historical and Cultural Roots. Tajik shepherds. The traditions of shepherds in Tajikistan date back centuries, when agriculture was the main form of survival. Nomadic and semi-sedentary communities relied on pastures located high in the mountains for raising sheep, goats, yaks, and horses. Knowledge was passed down from generation to generation. How to find suitable pastures, how to build temporary shelters, and how to care for animals. European shepherds in Europe. The history of shepherding is closely tied to the feudal system. Livestock was the backbone of agriculture and provided food independence for villages. Unlike Tajikistan, where shepherds often lead a nomadic lifestyle, European shepherds are more often sedentary. The exception is the traditions of regions like the Alps, where seasonal grazing, transhumance, is also practiced. Chapter 2: Natural and Climatic Conditions. Mountainous conditions in Tajikistan. Tajikistan is a country with a dominant mountainous landscape. More than 90% of the territory is occupied by mountains, which determines the difficulties and peculiarities of the shepherd's work. Grazing often occurs at altitudes of more than 3,000 meters, requiring shepherds to be physically resilient and able to adapt to extreme conditions. Diverse landscapes in Europe. In Europe, climatic conditions vary from mild in the Mediterranean to harsh in Scandinavia. European shepherds often work in stable weather conditions with developed infrastructure, which significantly eases their labor. However, in some regions, such as the Alps, shepherds face difficulties similar to those in Tajikistan. Chapter 3: Lifestyle and Working Conditions. Tajik shepherds. Life in the mountains. Tajik shepherds live in conditions that can be called extreme. Most of their time is spent in the mountains, far from civilization. Many families engage in shepherding as a hereditary profession, starting work at a young age. Temporary dwellings, called yurts, are built from stone, clay, or wood to protect shepherds from wind, rain, and snow. Food is modest, often consisting of products that are easy to store: dried meat, bread, tea, and dairy products like ayran. Despite the difficult conditions, Tajik shepherds maintain the tradition of hospitality. Meeting travelers, they offer food and shelter, reflecting deeply rooted traditions of mutual assistance. European shepherds. Modern comfort. European shepherds benefit from modern infrastructure. In many regions, pastures are equipped with shelters connected to electricity and even the internet. Food is more diverse, as shepherds can regularly visit nearby villages to replenish supplies. An interesting feature is the automation of labor. For example, in the Alps, electronic collars and GPS trackers are used to monitor herds, and in Scandinavia, drones are used to find stray livestock. This reduces the physical load on shepherds, significantly differing from their Tajik counterparts. Chapter 4: Traditions and Customs. Tajikistan, nomadic culture. The nomadic past of the Tajik people has greatly influenced the traditions of shepherds. A special place is occupied by the art of storytellers, who share stories of their ancestors and ancient battles around the campfire at night. These stories are passed down orally and contain elements of national folklore. Shepherd families celebrate holidays like Navruz, even in the mountains. Small feasts are organized, and traditional dishes like plav, samsa, and Kurgan-Tube are prepared. Livestock is adorned with ribbons and special fabrics on these days. Europe, regional features. European shepherds have also preserved their customs, but they are more localized. In Switzerland, for example, there is the tradition of Alpine, when the herd returns from summer pastures. This process is accompanied by colorful festivals where cows are adorned with flower wreaths. In countries like Spain, the practice of transhumance, seasonal movement of herds, still exists. These transitions are accompanied by festivals where people thank nature for its gifts. Chapter 5: The economic role of shepherds. The contribution of Tajik shepherds to the economy. Shepherding in Tajikistan plays an important role in agriculture, providing meat, wool, and dairy products to the local population. Mountain breeds of sheep and goats produce high-quality wool that is exported abroad. However, the main difficulty is the limited grazing land, which sometimes leads to conflicts over land redistribution. The European approach. In Europe, shepherding has become part of the agro-industrial complex. Dairy products, such as cheeses, e.g. French Roquefort or Italian Parmesan, are produced in large quantities and exported worldwide. Thanks to EU subsidies, shepherding remains economically profitable, even in regions with harsh climatic conditions. Friends, thank you for staying with us until the end. Your views, comments, and support inspire us to create truly unique content. We read every comment, and it's you who give us the strength and ideas to move forward. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave your opinion in the comments. We value your thoughts. Check if you're subscribed to the channel, as there are more interesting and unusual stories ahead. Until next time, friends, may your day be as inspiring as the work of the people we talked about today. See you soon.